50 years ago, in 1968, one of the greatest rock bands of all time released their one and only cinematic adventure that followed the psychedelic stream of consciousness destruction of their prefab existence when the Monkees released the cult classic film Head. Initially hated by the critics and bombing at the box office, Head nonetheless had a tremendous impact on movies and in Hollywood. I will discuss 3 examples of these impacts in cinematic history. 1, how it ushered in a new Hollywood. 2, the important people behind the scenes. And 3, the never-before-seen technical achievements. Let's begin with Head's director, Bob Rafelson. Better known as one half of the team that initially created the Monkees, Rafelson's first feature film was Head. The trailer for the film tagged it as
the most extraordinary adventure, western, comedy, love story, mystery, drama, musical, documentary, satire ever filmed.
And the movie does in fact deliver something for every single genre listed. As Rafelson said to John Wakeman in the book, World Film Directors, of course, Head is an utterly and totally fragmented film. Among other reasons for making it was that I thought I would never get to make another movie, so I might as well make 50 to start out with and put them all in the same feature. It was this sensibility of a director making a film that they wanted to make, as opposed to what the studios insisted upon, that ushered in the era of filmmaking that the book The Contemporary Hollywood Cinema has called New Hollywood. Films of this era saw less studio influence and more directors choosing unique styles that resulted in commercially viable pictures that hit upon taboo subjects in innovative new ways. Luminaries of this era included directors such as Rafelson, Sidney Pollack, and Steven Spielberg, along with actors such as Terry Garr, Dennis Hopper, and Jack Nicholson, all of whom appeared in Head. Talents like that bring us to our second important feature of Head, the writers. In 1968, the current 12-time Oscar nominee and 3-time winner, Jack Nicholson, was a struggling actor whose most notable appearance had been in Roger Corman's 1960 Little Shop of Horrors. However, being friends with Rafelson, Nicholson was invited to a long weekend with the director and the 4 Monkees. As Mickey Dolenz mentioned in his autobiography, I'm a Believer, the 4 of us, along with Bob and Jack, went down to Ojai and locked ourselves in a hotel with a tape recorder and a lot of weed and hashed out the script. According to Rafelson, speaking with Dorian Lynskey of The Guardian, Jack then took the tapes and turned the conversations into a screenplay, and he structured it while on LSD. While filming Head, Nicholson, Rafelson, and on-screen extra Dennis Hopper, in between shoots, began working on the 2-time Academy Award-nominated Easy Rider. This film starred in Nicholson, was directed by Hopper, and produced by Rafelson using the money that he had earned through the Monkees. Soon after, Rafelson's next movie, 5 Easy Pieces, starred Nicholson and earned 4 Academy Award nominations. And as Sean Randall has pointed out in the Cinenation podcast, Nicholson's acting career took off. All this thanks to Head. Of course, production talent alone was not responsible for the uniqueness of Head. Lastly, let's discuss the technical achievements found within the film. One of the most remembered and fascinating sequences in Head is the opening video within a movie scene incorporating the song's title track, Porpoise Song. The sequence is best known as being the first movie to utilize the solarization technique. According to the Focal Dictionary of Photographic Technologies, solarization is a phenomenon in photography in which the image recorded on a negative or on a photographic print is wholly or partially reversed in tone. Dark areas appear light, or light areas appear dark. The color palette achieved for the underwater sequence embodied the trippy psychedelic outlook of the time and remains a testament to an experimental editing style. Mickey Dolenz, in his autobiography, recalled, Head had such beautiful scenery and state-of-the-art visual effects, including the first use of solarization, that saturated negative colorizing hippie-trippy photographic technique. This film was a hippie's wet dream, kind of like Hell's a-Poppin' meets Peter Max. However, with such technical work came a cost, As Rafelson pointed out, the costs and labor of using that technique delayed the release of the movie. In conclusion, here we have had a snapshot of what the Monkees' Head brought to movie lovers 50 years ago. Bob Rafelson on the forefront of the new Hollywood movement, leading to a whole new style of movie making. Legendary actor Jack Nicholson being brought to the brink of stardom, and a cutting-edge editing and processing technique never before seen in movies. Head was not just about four guys in a band ready to call it quits. Head is a testament to the progressive mindset of the time. Yes, this movie may have been the swan song for the Monkees as a band, but its cult status and impending longevity will keep it as a cinematic stepping stone.